ITA for refusing to cook after my boyfriend gave me a PowerPoint critique of my meals. Welcome back to Reddit Stories, where we delve into emotional, controversial, and sometimes unbelievable real-life situations. Today, we're going to dive into a story that has the Reddit community divided. When your passion for cooking becomes a subject of judgment using PowerPoint. Imagine this. You spend hours every day cooking for your significant other, and then one day, he or she sits you down to watch a PowerPoint presentation titled Summary of the Quality of Meals Over the Past 3 Months. The story is titled AITA for refusing to cook after my boyfriend gave me a PowerPoint critique of my meals. Sounds funny? But trust me, it's not just about the presentation. The psychological fallout, the controversy, the community reaction, it's all waiting for you in the next part. This story comes from Reddit user CookingCritiqueDrama, we'll call her OP, a friend who lives with her boyfriend and loves cooking as a way to express love, care, and connection. OP says that she has always been the one cooking in their relationship. She cooks every day, from light breakfasts to elaborate dinners, even packing snacks to take to work for both of them. Her boyfriend, let's call him Jake, works in the tech industry, is busy, and often comes home late. OP doesn't mind that. On the contrary, she sees cooking as a way to express love and maintain a family atmosphere. However, over time, OP noticed that Jake stopped complimenting her and rarely even responded to her cooking. He started to just eat a little, sometimes leaving half of the food, saying he was not hungry or on a diet. She began to worry. "Is my cooking bad?" she asked. Jake just replied lightly, "It's okay, I think too much." And then everything exploded on a Friday evening. Jake called OP into the living room with a serious attitude. On the big screen was a PowerPoint presentation with the title, Meal Quality Analysis from January to March. OP was stunned. She thought he was joking, but no, Jake started to present like a company meeting. The slides listed repeatability of dishes by week, seasoning level, too salty, bland, lacking crunch illustrations. He had secretly taken photos of the meals for 3 months. And finally, a bar chart showing his personal satisfaction level. After each week, Jake was not angry or offended. His tone was calm and professional. But that made OP feel even more hurt. She interrupted him. "Do you really make a PowerPoint to evaluate the food I cook every day?" He replied, "I think this way is clearer and more objective than just giving feedback in words." That very evening, OP decided to stop cooking indefinitely. She said that if what she did from the heart was evaluated by a chart, she would have no inspiration or reason to continue. Jake initially didn't understand why she was angry. He thought he had given structured feedback, not insulting her. In the following days, he started complaining about having to order takeout or cook instant noodles himself. OP stood her ground. One day, Jake called her childish and sulky. This hurt OP even more, and she posted on Reddit asking, "Am I overreacting? Am I a bad person for refusing to continue cooking after that PowerPoint?" Immediately after OP shared her story on the subreddit Am I the Asshole, the post immediately went viral with tens of thousands of upvotes within 24 hours. The comment section became a battlefield of words with thousands of opinions arguing, opposing, and sympathizing from all over the world. Many people strongly spoke up on OP's side, saying that her reaction was completely reasonable. Your boyfriend doesn't need a personal chef. He needs to learn to respect other people's feelings. OP, you're not a restaurant. The fact that he's secretly collecting data to make PowerPoints is too sly and disrespectful. I'm a data engineer, but I never thought I would apply my work skills to my love life like that. This is cold behavior. Stopping cooking isn't childish. It's a way to protect yourself from being looked down upon. Some people try to see both sides of the issue. Maybe he doesn't mean anything bad, he's just too logical in an engineering way. But he's clearly terrible at expressing it. I don't think Jake hates you, but he has a serious lack of emotional communication skills. Maybe you should talk about why you feel hurt instead of going on a full-on strike. He needs to learn how to give feedback without turning it into a presentation like you would in an office. OP criticisms. If you can't handle a little feedback, this relationship is unlikely to last. I found the PowerPoint to be weirdly cute, and you overreacted. He didn't yell or insult you, so refusing to cook seems a little childish. Maybe you're using cooking as an emotional manipulation, and when you're given feedback, you withdraw it as punishment. The comment with the most upvotes, nearly 30,000, reads, "I cook for my husband every day. If one day he makes the PowerPoint to evaluate my efforts, I will not only stop cooking, I will schedule marriage counseling." That is not how you treat the person you love. Some of the discussions that emerged were interesting. Debate on should contributions in a relationship be evaluated as work. Users shared examples of failed feedback from their partners and how they handled it. Some asked if PowerPoint was bad or if the problem was the delivery and context. Some additional questions that arose included, is there a line between sincere feedback and control? Why do so many people still underestimate emotional labor and housework? Is PowerPoint presentation insensitive or just awkward in communication? After receiving overwhelming support and thoughtful advice from the Reddit community, OP returned to update the situation. And as many predicted, it didn't end with a PowerPoint. OP sat down with her boyfriend, Jake, a few days after the post went viral. She shared how hurt, judged, and disrespected she felt. She wasn't angry about the feedback, but rather that the way she gave feedback felt like she was judging an employee, not talking to a partner. Jake seemed surprised at first and thought his actions were fun and productive. He said he wanted to help her cook better, and PowerPoint was just a communication tool he was used to at work. After a few days of silence and tension, Jake apologized. He admitted that he was too mechanical and that he never thought making a presentation could make his partner feel so bad. OP hasn't gotten back to cooking yet. She made it clear that it wasn't just about cooking, it was about respecting each other. During that time, Jake either cooked his own meals or ordered takeout. The two decided to attend couples counseling, which Jake initiated to help them understand each other better. Ultimately, OP said she doesn't regret posting. Thanks to the Reddit community, she felt heard and empowered to defend her feelings without feeling unreasonable. OP said she felt a lot lighter. The support from the community helped her feel more confident in her own feelings. While she still has a long way to go in her relationship, she no longer feels alone or ignored. She also thanked everyone who left honest, funny, and compassionate comments. Several people shared similar experiences, which made her feel connected, that she wasn't the only one who had ever been in such a predicament. This story isn't about cooking or a PowerPoint. It's about expectations in love, personal boundaries, and mutual respect. OP felt judged as an employee rather than seen as a lover trying to care and nurture. Jake believed he was giving constructive feedback. With his technical and logical mindset, he didn't understand that his approach could hurt others. The conflict is that one side acts from emotion, the other from reason. But love isn't a company meeting. This is a very real and common type of conflict in modern relationships, where two people can love each other but communicate in two completely different languages. Reddit acted as an emotional mirror for OP to reflect on her experience. The community helped OP affirm that her feelings were valid and valid. Reddit's multifaceted comments open up different perspectives, from support to criticism, helping OP understand that the issue is not just about who is right, who is wrong, but how the two understand each other. Reddit is also a place for experienced people to share their personal experiences, making OP feel included. In this context, Reddit is not just a sharing platform, but a spiritual healing community in the modern sense. Character analysis. OP, narrator, a loving and caring person, willing to take care of her boyfriend by cooking every day. But she also knows her own worth and does not accept her efforts being judged in an insensitive way. Jake, boyfriend. As a technical person, he is probably used to using data and analysis to solve problems. However, he lacks emotional skills and does not understand the language of caring in love. However, the fact that he accepts to apologize and offers to participate in counseling is a positive sign. 4. Lessons learned. Communication in love is not just about sharing information, but also about transmitting emotions. No matter how well-intentioned your feedback is, how you say it can determine the entire outcome. Not everyone loves in the same way. Some people show love through actions like cooking, while others show it through words, touch, or emotional support. Respect is the foundation. When one party feels judged or unacknowledged, hurt builds up and destroys the relationship. The online community, if used properly, can be a place to reflect on our behavior, not to judge, but to grow. Well, that's the whole story, full of sour, spicy, salty, sweet flavors from OP. A friend who dared to speak up for herself, dared to protect her own feelings in a seemingly normal relationship. We learned that love cannot exist by logic, and no one wants to be a project that needs improvement in the eyes of the person they love. Respect, listen, and know how to talk with your heart. That's how to maintain a long-lasting relationship. Thank you for following Real Reddit Moments today. If you have ever been in a similar situation, or simply have feelings about this story, please leave a comment below. We would love to read and share with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the most authentic Reddit stories, told with all the emotions, perspectives, and empathy. See you in the next episode.